See what we can do here with the orientation. I don't know, are you guys looking at it sideways? You might be. All right. I think this is the way I'm supposed to hold it. Sorry about that, a little bit of disorientation with the orientation. I'm working through these Voidborn. Okay, close your eyes, everybody, close your eyes. I'm gonna put this in the mount here. I'm working through these Voidborn for Artel W miniatures. I've got the link down below in the description. You can actually purchase the Arena Festival pack, which is going to be a bundle with all of the characters and the unit I'm showing today. There's actually only a five witch unit, 5-person unit, but I believe this is the Arena Gladiators, and then I've got another 5 that I'm going to be building later that are the Gladiators, and then the Concubines. That's the other one. So I chose 2 females and 2 males. The reason being the males only had a male torso and a naked female torso. So I don't want to do any nudity. We're only going with safe for work miniatures. So we're going to be doing the male torsos for these other 2 and the male heads. But male and female heads are interchangeable. And you can even add some special weapons. So I'm going to go with the special weapons that came with the bag to round out my witch squad. Special weapons are going to be razor flails and shard net and impaler. So when I build up this unit to have 10 eventually, this is only going to be 5 out of the 10, then the others I'm going to build as is. Okay, here we go. Welcome to my build of the Artel W Miniatures Voidborn faction, Gladiators and Concubines. This is half. The other half, I'm going to be doing a separate video unboxing and a separate live to build them up. They come with 25mm round bases, which are right over here. That brings them in line with Games Workshop's witches, which are also on 25mm round bases. These all come with the order again, and you can get these if you check out the link in the description. It'll take you to Artel W's website where you can see their Arena Gore Festival bundle. We're going to build them using my favorite, Bob Smith Industries Super Glue Accelerator and Zap-A-Gap, the winning combination that will help us get models put together very quickly. And if you do check out later the review video where I take a look at the pieces and everything, then you will notice that I found a couple of air bubbles, which are rare, unheard of for the Artel miniatures that I've already done. I haven't really seen any air bubbles on those, and yet these had a couple, so you are going to need to go in and take care of those if you do find them. I would actually go with not liquid green stuff, but Vallejo plastic putty. This is a magic item that you're going to need on your journey. A little bit of this into any air bubble, smooth it down with a hobby knife, and then take your paintbrush, hopefully a fine-tipped paintbrush, water it down, and then just smooth out the edges, and that's going to set you up. So we're going to take a look at putting together these miniatures. I'm going to take a look at the weapons. I'm actually going to build them up first because I want to see what they look like, and then I'll decide aesthetically which seem to make the most sense with the different super weapons. Super weapons. Extra special, super special weapons. Razor flails and shard net and impaler, which every unit of witches of 10 can have 2 special weapons, or 3. Is it 3? Hey Terry, thanks for the comment, and again, welcome everybody. We're building up these 4 Artel W miniatures. They're all in resin. I have a separate unboxing video coming out for them, but today we're just going to build them up. They're going to be super easy and super quick to build, and let's just get to it. First things first, we're going to clean our miniatures, so I got to put my old man glasses on so I can check to make sure I get all of the little nubbins off. Now with all of these miniatures, you're going to find that there are some, on the bigger pieces, especially like the torsos and whatnot, you're going to find these little nubs. So you have to be careful, because with the sergeant character, I clipped too close on her, like her tabard area, and I clipped off a part that was I shouldn't have clipped off. And I had her singing contra soprano for the rest of her life. It's tricky though. You do got to check because sometimes there is a nub that actually goes into the piece. Like the heads for the females have these little nubs, but under those nubs are other nubs. And those are the nubs we're gonna get rid of. Boop. And you wanna be careful too because some of these have decorative bases. This one doesn't. And those decorative bases can have little slots on the bottom of their heels, which fit into where they're supposed to go. This one doesn't though. All right, we've got an arm with a nub at the shoulder. I think the technical term for these is like flash, but I'm just gonna go with what I feel like. Oh yeah, see, oh man, I clipped off too much of the nub in the foot. There is the spot in the decorative base where they should be going, which is the number 4. So that's all right. That's all right. It's a mistake that's, you know, it's not as bad as cutting off like this area, this little nub there that's supposed to go into the torso. I believe that's not a miscast. That should be going into the torso. So, hey guys, it's a beautiful Saturday. It's the first day of fall, really. I feel like it is because it rained last night, which is super rare for my neck of the woods in California, Northern California. The weather's cooling off a little bit, and so we're feeling really good. Now the question, which I'll ask the chat, and I guess Thierry, if you want to answer because you're the only one here right now. Which head should I go with? The mask or the unmasked? It's a question that's plagued modelers and hobbyists for years. And both of them have their perks and their points. With the mask, you can add more metallic elements that are going to be eye-catching. It's got a interesting profile. With the face, you can do softer painting techniques. You could do makeup. You could do, either way, you're going to be painting eyes. But let me know what you think. Mask or no mask? Both of them are going to get the ponytail, so. Which one should we do? Mask, or no mask? Let's go no mask. Or let's go mask, rather. All right, executive decision. I like masks. All right, Thierry. You and me, buddy, we're getting into this one together. So we gotta make sure that the base is ready to go. I'm not really sure where the center of the model is gonna be. So what I'm gonna do before I glue the model onto the base, I want to make sure that the model's not off center. So I'm gonna build up the model on its own first. Oh, it looks like we missed a little bit of flash right there by her by her lady bits. Now, just a reminder, I'm doing this live stream while the baby is napping. At any point in time, the baby could throw a wrench into my plans by waking up and screaming, at which point my wife will start screaming, at which point I will run into the house and completely abandon this live stream. So if that happens, then you can just stay tuned. Later on tonight, we'll try to pick the live stream back up as we make up for lost time. Northern Michigan in the house. What's up, Justin Big Mac Sobaka? We are working on, yeah, it looks like she's gonna be bent forward because I remember this one, her leg is up, so she's running. I love the sculpt so much. What are you guys working on, Thierry, Justin? Are you just hanging out? Yeah, her leg is up. She's running forward, butt out. Let's start with the leg because we don't have to worry about that later. So here we go. A little bit of Zap-A-Gap, just a drop. This thing gets everywhere. If it gets on your hands, every hobbyist knows what that's like. I love the spikes on the armor too. This is such a great substitute for Dark Eldar. So different. The Dark Eldar legs are so they're so like plain and vanilla. I mean, granted, they were released in 2010, but I mean, just look at the sculpt on this. All right, so the leg's falling off. Of course, we got to hit it with the Bob Smith. Snotling Blood Bowl, love that. I saw. Did I see a Snotling team? I think I saw it on Twitter. They had the pump wagon, right? Old World, beautiful stuff. I'm just saying random words. I would love to paint up some Snotlings for Blood Bowl. I think I was looking at the Goblin team too, just to feel that old world flavor. Right after we get that in, that is just going to take a second to cure, and that's it. Can hang that out for a second. Take a look at the torso. Is the torso ready to go? Yep, we shaved down this nub there. We cut it off, but let's make sure it's... You want to make sure that you shave off as much of that extra flash as possible so that you can really get into where it needs to go. And you can see the little, okay, this is cute. The way that the back is arched and the way that the torso is flipped up like that, added some extra stuff to the wagon. You gotta add extra stuff to your Snotling pump wagons. So you can see by the way the torso is angled that they want her to be lifted up like this. They don't want her completely bent over. This is amateur. This is professional. She's been working out. She wants to show off all of the work she's put in at the Dark Eldar gym. All right, now because we sprayed it with the Bob Smith, we got to get in quick with the torso. Boom. This is another reason why, I think I mentioned this in the unboxing video, you have to build the pieces together. Like if your toddler son comes in and moves all of your pieces around, they're not like an Empire State Trooper kit where you could just mix and match the torsos. Every torso is fitted to go with the model that they got. All right, Terry, here we go. We're gonna do. Let's have her looking straight forward, just because she's running full tilt forward. That is the pose of someone who's running straight towards her prey. So we are going to get a little bead. Then pop on the head. Looking forward. I'm going to hit her with the Bob Smith. Now, when we do the top knot, because there's already Bob Smith super glue accelerator on the head, we're going to put the super glue on the, I was going to say on the top knot ponytail, but now that I think about it, I'm just going to put it in there and work fast, because there's nothing worse than putting super glue onto something that's protruding out and not sunken in. It's not a pocket that the super glue can sit in. So as soon as the super glue hits this, it's going to spread out, get all over my fingers, and just ruin my day. Instead, we're going to work like the wind. Oh, yeah. Top knot in. Bob Smith is starting to go to work. Because I didn't directly apply it, spray it onto the headpiece, it is going to take another couple seconds or two, but look at how quick that Bob Smith works. Bob Smith is my best friend. I think I'm going to say Bob Smith more than any other word in these live streams. All right, now we're going to work on the arms. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm planning to build all of these out without their weapons. Just going to build their hands or their arms, and then we can decide if we're going to be putting the weapons on which direction they're going to go. So look, she's doing the Naruto run. Is she, or is that just what I want for her to do? And so that's how I'm going to build her. It's the great thing about these models. Any model, you can build them however you want. Okay, got that Bob Smith doing a little bit of preliminary work, so we're gonna pop that in. Now, because these are built or designed to be built a certain way, you do want to check to make sure that the seams, the seams are going to be not showing. Otherwise, you might have to adjust the placement of your limbs. Uh-oh, how come you're giving me trouble? Oh no. It's the worst feeling in the world where you're trying to angle a piece to glue, and then you try to take your fingers away and they're glued on. Yeah, I think she's supposed to be running with hands back Naruto style. Because how else is this arm gonna go in? Is she running forward like that? I'm trying to go with the angle of the arms that are designed. Is she running forward like this, like reaching out? Thanks, Terry. Yeah, you chose correct. The mask was the way to go. You know what, guys? Screw it. I'm gonna do Naruto arms. I might be going separate. I wanted to build them up according to the box art, but at this point, really, I just want my creativity to take over. I'm already switching out their weapons to do the special weapons to make them more compatible and usable as witch substitutes. So let's also do the build. See, the tricky thing with Bob Smith stuff is you gotta be able to get it set before you let go. All right, now let's see how this leg is supposed to fit on here. You could just glue her running forward like that, but I'm going to have her launching like this, maybe. Launching forward. It looks like she's supposed to be launching forward because there's a groove at the front and then a groove at the back, which looks like that's where her leg's supposed to go. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. See, it's a good thing I figured this out, because it means you know now where to place the rubble. I think a lot of times my mistake was just putting the rubble where I think it's supposed to go, but not angling it correctly. So the model is going to end up hanging over the rim. That's not what you really want. So we know that her spiked heel is going to go into the back depression. The front is going to go into the front. Because it's her left foot, we're going to build it close to the back on the left side of the base. We're going to hit it with the Bob Smith. This is not Blood Bowl, actually. This is Artel W Miniatures Resin Voidborn is the faction, Justin. And I put a link down below in the description. It's going to take you right to the website where you can purchase these models, or you just take a look at them because they're gorgeous to look at all built up. That's what these ladies are. I screwed up. Well, it's a good thing I didn't hit this one with the Bob Smith yet. So you see what I mean about it hanging over the base. What I'm going to do is slowly move it forward. Tricky thing is that with super glue and resin, yeah, that's going to happen. With super glue and resin, or with resin and plastic rather, you need to use super glue. If this was a plastic model, then I would just use plastic glue. But because we're working with resin, even putting the resin onto the plastic bases, you need to use super glue. So what I'm planning on doing is building these up, painting them up as witches, and I'm going to compare them to the witches that I painted up in the summer painting challenge. And we're going to see just the difference in the quality of the sculpts and the posing. I'm going to use exactly the same painting techniques just to show how this company makes such better products. And if you take a look at their Lilith Hesperix model, which is one that I've showcased before on my videos, where she's like leaping around the orc, that model is only $22 on the website. $22. And Lilith Hesperix on Games Workshop's website is, of course, like 40 something. So you could actually get like 2 of those, or save your money and buy up more of these characters. What is your favorite paint? What time zone I'm in, Thierry? I'm in California, so Pacific. What is my favorite paint? Right now, I think it would be Dark Reaper. Dark Reaper is great to go off of black, and it's a great like highlight off of black to paint it up going towards like a bluish highlight tone. There she is. Look at that. That's great. Should I have her holding? I feel like she should be holding the razor flails. I know I've got 3 other models to build, but she looks like she should be butt cheeks. She looks like she should be holding the razor flails and like flinging them behind her as she sprints forward. That's great. And she's wearing a mask because, you know, protection. Gotta stay protected. So let's see how the razor flails look. You've got the left arm here, you got the right arm there. Yeah, so it looks like one is going to be held like in an under grip like this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And the other, is this held like how a sword should be? Yeah, so this one is held in a regular grip. But because her arms are behind her like that, they would need to go like that. Yeah, that's cool. That is pretty cool. So we're going to use our Zap-A-Gap. And if you want to get some Zap-A-Gap and some Bob Smith Industry Paint Accelerator, I've got the link for that down below in the description as well. I just basically want to give all of you my resources if you want to do exactly what I'm doing. You don't have to look for them on your own. I will give you exactly what I'm using. And those links that I'm giving you are affiliate links for the Artel W Miniatures line, because I'm an affiliate of their company, and for the Amazon affiliate links, you would be supporting my studio if you do decide to check it out. Hit it with the Bob Smith. Tricky thing is I gotta get this sword in the right hand. This is an under grip. So it would be like that. So the sword would be up. All this time I'm wasting. The super glue is hardening. Hopefully I could still get it in. If not, I'll add a little bit more super glue. And hit it one more time with the Bob Smith. Boom. That is so great. I did not expect to be building something that looked like this when I started this stream. This looks terrific. And I'm gonna day out there. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this live stream building up this razor flail chick for the Voidborn faction for the Artel W miniatures. Check them out.